Good morning, everybody. It is Dan again in my Crohn series. This is episode number 4. Sorry, early morning stuff got going on, but I really wanted to do this video because of something yesterday that has really helped me. It's not a great story, but it has helped me this morning, and because I'm struggling again with stomach pains and stupid stuff and wondering when this medication is going to kick in. But hey, it's a long journey. It's 31 years, and I'm blessed to be where I'm at today. This one is about keeping the right perspective on things. It's not an accident, and it's not a coincidence that when we are feeling bad about our certain situation, no matter what it looks like, we tend to see someone else who has it worse. Something will pop up in our path and it'll appear like, wow. For me, in these Facebook groups, when I see somebody who is thriving with no small intestine or no colon, having different ostomy bags and different pouches and feeding tubes and all those things, I'm like, man, like, it gives me hope. It gives me encouragement. Say, hey, listen, if those people can get through it, if that's where I end up, then that's where I'll be. And if they can do it, I can do it too. Not meaning that I'm better than anybody. You guys get it. You're in the same situation as we all are. I'll try not to get emotional. But yesterday, my wife and I went to visit. We live here in Tampa, and I grew up in Pennsylvania. And a buddy of mine years ago got in touch with me. He moved down to Tennessee, and he said he wanted to move down here to Florida. And so they moved to Ocala. We helped them move, and we had some beach days together and all that. Well, a year ago, he was having headaches and thought he had pink eye. And well, the doctors said he had pink eye, so they gave him some drops. That wasn't helping. He went back to the doctors to get a refill in the drops, and the doctor noticed a drooping in his face. So he sent him to the emergency room. They did a CAT scan, or they did something on his brain, found that he had 2 tumors. Immediately went in for surgery, removed the tumors, came out, they tested it, and it was the glioblastoma, whatever. It's the real aggressive brain cancer. That was a year ago. So yesterday, my wife and I went up to visit them because his condition is declining. And while it was bad, like it was a bad situation, like physically, he came out, met us in the driveway. I was like, man, like he's not doing as bad as I thought he was. He's having trouble eating, can't keep food down, medications tearing him up, sleeps like 80% of the day. But he was walking around. I was like, man, this is really good. I was like, hey, buddy, and gave him a hug. I was like, man, you look good. And he's like, birds tweet, golf cart in house. Like, I'm like, what is going on? And we spent a couple hours with him and his wife and realized that he has like his cognitive skills, or his cognitive, whatever you want to call it, is not good. Like, I asked him several questions, and the answers had nothing to do with what the questions were. And as we see his wife, they had given him about 6 to 8 months to live. And we see his wife going through this and watching this happen, and it's not pretty. I have my wife and I are property managers, and I have a tenant who is a heart surgeon whose wife passed away of this, and he said it was really bad. Like, at first she had trouble remembering, had trouble speaking, and then as it progressed, she had trouble controlling her body, like, because the brain controls things. And he said it was horrible. And I see my friend and his wife in this journey, and I wake up this morning and I have stomach pains, and I'm like, this stupid stomach, I wish these stupid pains, woe is me, And I mean, I'm a man of faith. I mean, you don't need to be a man of faith to understand what I'm telling you, or a woman of faith for that matter. I mean, this disease does not discriminate. Man, woman, that, kid, old, Doesn't matter, man. Our immune systems hate us, and they don't care who we are, how old we are, what we look like. But you get where I'm saying. I'm waking up this morning and I'm like, man, I wish this would just stop, blah, 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 blah. And then I get, this morning I opened Facebook and I see her post about our visit yesterday and all the things that she was going through so far this morning. And I'm like, okay, I got this, man. I got this. And for you guys, it's so important to keep the right perspective. Like, as bad as our disease is, there was a post this morning on one of our threads, one of the Crohn's threads, about a man who just doesn't want to live anymore. And I get it. Like, early on, I did that. If you go back to episode 1, I was in that place back in 1995, 31 years ago. And there was a divine intervention, I believe, that kept me alive. And I've had such a great life since then. So, I mean, even with disease and stuff. But, yeah, it's important to look. You know, a lot of times we always want to wake up and say, man, it can't get any worse. But that literally defeats, like, it is self-defeating. We need to keep a positive attitude. We need to, no matter where we're at in this journey, whether we're in remission, starting a flare and a bad flare, pre-surgery, post-surgery, mid-surgery, no surgery, wherever it is, it can always be worse. And we need to sometimes open our eyes and look around outside of these autoimmune diseases, even autoimmune diseases outside of Crohn's disease or colitis. There are autoimmune diseases that attack the skin, the eyes, the joints, the muscles. I mean, there are other things that could be worse. But when I'm seeing my friend, now the bright spot of my friend, you know, where he's at, like I was telling my wife as we were driving home, I was like, he doesn't know he's dying. I don't think he does. There's no way, because I asked him, you know, like, hey man, like, how are you feeling about this? You know, the decline, and he's like, well, my knees hurt, but, you know, I'm glad to be retired. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you missed that whole point. You know, to me, that was a blessing that he's not waking up every morning, 5 months, 28 days left to live. You know what I mean? And I don't think you and I would benefit from that either. I know, I'm being facetious. We would not benefit from saying, woe is me, the old Eeyore, you know, woe is me, my situation's never going to get better, I wish I could eat lasagna, because that's me, man. I'm an idiot. I'm in a flare right now. I literally can barely eat anything. I get about 1,000 calories a day, skinny, like, not doing well. But I'm on Facebook looking at pasta and lasagna, glutton for punishment burgers. I'm looking at the things I used to eat, and it's kind of probably stupid for me. Part of it, I'm like, you know what? This is where I'm aiming for. Yay! And then eventually I'm like, so maybe I might ditch that, you know, pass on the food pages. But yesterday, as I saw that, and I wake up this morning, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, none of us know how long we have to live, and our disease sucks. I'm not trying to make it any less. I mean, I've had it for 31 years, been in the hospital, needed blood transfusions, bleeding to death, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm not like making it less than it is, because, I mean, I suffer with you guys. But there's always something we can look and say, man, it could be worse. You know, and then that gives us the strength to deal with what we have today. Hopefully that helps you guys wherever you're at. Stay focused, and it could always be worse. Let's fight together. Let's encourage one another, and let's keep this stuff going. The best thing is, like I said, 31 years ago when I was diagnosed with this, we did not have these threads. We did not have YouTube. We didn't have any of this stuff. So I was trapped in my head with stupid pamphlets, terrible medications. Things have come a long way. So hopefully one of these days somebody's going to find a cure, and we'll have a whole different page of how our lives are thriving. All right, guys, have a good one today. Love you guys. Keep fighting.